In the past 2 years, we've really been, and I shouldn't say we, most agents have been really walking, talking lockboxes. Today I want to talk about 3 mistakes buyers make in this new market. We've navigated through some very unusual and very uncertain times the last 2 or 3 years with COVID and the whole real estate market and bidding wars and waiving inspections and all of the things that went along with the real estate market the last 2 or 3 years. And now as we start to get into more of a balanced, more of a normal market, more of a professionals market, there's some mistakes that I'm seeing early in this new market cycle that buyers are making. Number one, the biggest mistake that you can make is working with a friend. Just because that friend has a real estate license doesn't mean that particular individual is qualified to represent you as a buyer in the market that you're looking in. Inventory is actually lower today than it's ever been, and I feel like I repeat myself every year, but as we sit here today, inventory is really tight. And I think if you work with a good local expert, they're going to have access to some off-market opportunities that you don't know about or other buyers don't know about that could potentially be a fit for you. And I'll give you a quick example. About a year ago, I remember meeting a relocation, he's an orthopedic surgeon relocating here from Michigan. I met him at an open house. Actually, this open house was in Stone Mill Farms. Very nice couple. They were in town touring some open houses. They had just spent a few days looking around town at some houses with their realtor. The realtor is somebody I know, somebody I respect, but not from this area. So they didn't have access to potential off-market properties. As these buyers started to learn that and started to understand that maybe working with a good local professional was important, they actually reached out to me and said, we'd like to pivot, we'd like to start working with you. You're in the market that we want to purchase in. And within 30 days, I found them an off-market property, a home that never hit the market. So they were the only ones to see it. They made an offer on it. They were able to inspect it. They didn't have to bid over asking price, and they purchased the home and are extremely happy with that home that they purchased. And like I said, they were able to find something off-market in a neighborhood that they were really focused in on, and in a neighborhood that I consider myself an expert in. Number 2, buyers have gotten caught up the last 2 years in looking at homes at the top of their budget. As we all know, interest rates were really low, so their money could go further. So rather than looking at $400,000 homes, they were able to purchase $600,000 homes. And buyers are still under the mindset of they need to look at homes at the very tippy top of their budget. I know agents will ask a buyer what their budget is and really focus on showing them homes at that number. So if you tell me your budget is $500,000, I'll often tell you, let's back up and only look at homes up to $450,000. And the reason I say that is I want you to have a little bit of liquidity when you move into that home to make repairs, to make improvements, to add some things to the home that potentially you want to add or change to that home. Looking at the top of your budget is going to make money tight for the next couple of years and not give you that ability to make some of those improvements and some of those changes to the home that you're going to want to make over the first couple of years. Have a budget, stick to it, work with a professional that can help you stick to it, and I would actually probably take 5% off of that budget and say I'm going to set that money aside and use that money for improvements. Now, there's exceptions to the rule. There's obviously new construction homes, there's newer homes that maybe don't require as much improving, but if I was to give you any advice, I'd say find a budget, stick to it, and back off of that budget a little bit. And third, ties the two together. I find a lot of buyers don't have a plan. They just find homes on Zillow and say, I want to see that home and go buy that home. They don't sit down with their agent to have a good consultation and devise a plan around how to purchase a home, what the overall purchase process looks like. And I know if you're to work with me, we're going to sit down, we're going to have a consultation, we're going to get you pre-qualified with a good lender that's well respected in the area, and we're going to come up with a game plan as to how to find you that right home. It's not just putting you on an auto search in the MLS and spitting out new listings as they come on. There's really going to be opportunities beyond what's in the multiple listing service, and there's really going to be a strategic step-by-step process that we're going to take to make sure that you find a home that's within your budget, that meets your family's needs, and that's something that's going to serve your family for a long time to come. So if you're out there, you're thinking of purchasing a home, don't hesitate to reach out if I can help in any way.
Thank you for listening to the Raw Real Estate Podcast. If you have any feedback for this episode or want to suggest a future topic or even possible guests, head to wadehanson.com. There you can get links to my Facebook and LinkedIn pages. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to see the video version of this podcast too. Again, thank you for listening to the Raw Real Estate Podcast. We'll talk soon.